We all feel energy. Different people's energy, which is similar to channel. As a thought I heard earlier, um, I seem to have maybe closed that one when I decided I wasn't going to do it. But we'll see. I might. I really love to be listening to that, but I have time still this afternoon, and I felt like rolling, so here I am. I guess I didn't fit the full question into the title. It's in the chat though. And sometimes I like to try and ask myself the questions that I'm asking the viewers, which sometimes aren't easy questions as much as I think that they might be. So, I mean, I guess when I think of parade, what was the other thing? Oh, festivals. I don't know if there's any particular songs I think of with festivals, unless somebody jogs my memory. Actually, there is. There is one. There's mild triggers involved, but for me, but I might try and push through them and do them. But other than that, it's Christmas, the Christmas parades, which, until we start to get snow, it feels, oh, I did keep it open. It feels a little bit too early for that. But I'll do this one. Kind of a unique one. Buster said, give what you can. If you can't give, a hug and shaking your hands also appreciated. And I resonated with that. That was, and in some ways is still kind of what I'd be able to give. And they were acrobats or that type of thing from New Zealand, I believe. Okay, I'm going to do this one. Oh, but not this song, though. Sorry, I didn't look at the song I clicked, but it's being pretty quick. Better day. Taste the feeling. Forever yours. Love me. They've got some interesting titles. I'm going to have to look them up later. Because I only know a couple of this band's songs. Ironically, have one called Heaven too, and this is the one of them. Hopefully, the first one I click would be a good version, because the thingy's being a little bit slow. Yeah, loaded, perfect. I don't know how popular this band is anymore. Like, if I do this song, I don't know if other people will think of other songs that there's to. I mean, I could be saying that as someone who only knows a couple of their songs so far, but it also may not be a super popular band anymore. But don't want to keep you guessing on that too long, or making you think why, because they weren't great. Well, then I don't need to stick around and listen. But you do, though. That's the thing, because I'll make it great. That's just confidence. I think I feel fairly good doing this one. Let me look at the version. To be able to auto. Oh, okay. All right. So, and we got somebody here. So this is going to be an Avicii song. I do want to say something that's distracting me, though. Hello? Hi, how's it going? Okay, I thought I maybe noticed that you were calling before, but I was distracted, and I'm actually a little bit under the weather today too. So yeah, but thanks for trying to reach me, and yeah, how are things going with you? Yeah, yeah, something you want to talk about? Because I don't have anything specific myself. Okay, okay, keep it in mind for future, I guess, and yeah, can we? I don't know if you have any other availability this week. Otherwise, um, next Monday. Um, but yeah, kind of kind of got a bit of a sore throat and sinuses today and stuff. So I don't know if I'm coming down with something, but okay, sounds good. Have a good week. Okay, bye. And that annoys me in some ways. Um, it was somebody from a program that I'm in where, like my friend was saying, they might be able to say that they're not doing well, but they, you know, otherwise can't get into it. I mean, one of the very first conversations I had with this particular person, he did say that his grandmother had cancer and wasn't doing well. I mean, but he can only, kind of say so much to that kind of thing. But I'm like I said, I'm doing this, but I'm going at my own pace. Um, but I saw it kind of flashing in the corner here or ringing. I saw the call coming in. Um, but it annoys me because he mentioned that he wasn't doing well with his mental health, and I brought oh here it is, and I said anything they could play with, it doesn't have to be all one sided, and but with the way that I kind of know him, it's kind of the way the thing is set up, and he pretty much said. He said sorry it was late. It was like 12:30, 12:40 the first time we tried to think. Um, and he's never available anything other than Monday, which is a bit tricky, wild. Uh, but yeah, basically, and yeah, I remember he said then too that he has someone else he's talking with. It says it doesn't mean he can't talk to more than one person. I do realize more than one opinion might make it a bit more complicated when you're struggling to decide something or work through something. But no, he kind of said, "Oh, that's true," And I even said a phrase: "I live to help, and I die not getting to sometimes, not getting to as often as I would like." He says, he said that made sense, and then he said, as I mentioned, I'm kind of going through stuff. I said, "Yeah, anything you want to talk about?" I was like, "Not really. I already talked about it with someone else." And he did say he got through it and got it's fine now. But yeah, I mean, maybe it would have randomly came up in conversation, but I just wasn't feeling it. Much as I want to talk about my career goals and make them happen, I don't know if talking about them with him would have made them happen. And who I'd really like to hear from though is my brother in France. To be honest, he's been a bit hard to reach, and that's nothing hugely new. He does sometimes take a while to get back. Right now, he lives in a place where there's only a 6 hour time difference, but it just feels like like I'm waiting for him to. It's not like he's I guess we'll find out. My birthday's still a little more than a month away, but it's kind of like I don't know. I'm a little bit surprised I haven't heard back from him. So I don't know what's going on there, but which makes me feel a little bit mixed about doing this song now that I kind of, and it makes total sense to connect it connect the dots like this, but I almost didn't. Um, That because that is actually something on bucket list. Speaking of bucket list, the other day. Yeah, they wouldn't have possibly sold without the thing is people can hit them with their hands, but they would expect the thing. Most people don't ask what that means. You got them not great in time for the ones that happened on the weekend. I think that's obvious. That's a question, but I put a question mark. Well, this is catching up. So I'll have to let that cat. I went away from that screen for a little while, so his chat is just kind of moving and catching up to itself. Yeah, I realize that don't look great, actually. Distracting. Hmm. Yeah, that thing has really been distracting me lately. I might just have to move it somewhere. At the same time, I think it's cool that every now and then it gets a little glimpse, a little. People can get a little glimpse of it. Hmm. Oh, hi. Didn't know you can roll one. Oh yeah, I have it open in another tab on the laptop, and I'm really just looking at the chat there at the moment. And and here, I did get an idea just a moment ago in the chat. Oh right, do you know any Beach Boys songs? The one I thought of was actually reminds me of the follow I recently had with somebody. And yes, I know I kind of mentioned an Adele song, and I did a song just Sunday, I think it was, maybe Saturday, Sunday, I'm pretty sure, that I hadn't done in ages, and I actually was quite pleased with how it came out, even under the context of which I was doing it on the piano, and I sang it. But as far as Beach Boys, yes, I'm not really sure about Avicii at this moment. Really? Well, I have to do some then because even though you're young, I have a feeling you might know some of their songs if I played them. I mean, one of the obvious ones to mention is I'm picking up good vibrations. I'm picking up good vibrations. Good, 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 good vibrations. Doodle-doodle-doo, doodle-doo. They're fun to sing. And if you don't know that song, don't admit it. No, I'm just kidding. Because I might have to come over there and give you a shake. Just uh, would be nice if I was younger or older. What's the lyrics? You might know this one. Oh, B flat. Is there a different version of it? I'd rather be round. Um, there's also a B&L song if you've heard of that band, and they mentioned Brian Wilson, and they might be talking about that one. A Day in the Life of a Tree. What a title. Oh, this is fun when you just start singing spontaneously. Love that. Well, I was talking about the Beach Boys, although I'll take any other song requests too. But let's see here. I'm just looking through the beach. I was going to do one, but it was mentioned. It wasn't. I didn't like the version that I found, and it was mentioned in a different section. Now I'm in the alphabeticals. That would be ironic for you, but I don't think I'll do it because I want you to focus on this, and I'm happy to have you here, both of you. To the other person that's here, I wonder if you've ever been to this channel before. How you? Yep. Okay, I think it's just on. Remember to like. Boogie Woody. What kind of name is that? Brian's back. Is that about like his spine or about him coming back? Rolling up to heaven. Hmm. It's just a tab version of it, though. Hmm. Do I want to sing about the California girls or not? Thanks for the like, by the way. Um, Car Crazy Cutie. That's a funny title. Um, I don't know. I know a few of their songs, but I'm struggling to find ones I know. Is this the video? I think it is, where the title mentioned what songs do you think about? Like not Christmas ones. I said I want to wait till the first snowfall for that. But what songs do you think about when you think about parades? Parades. Or festivals. What it says in the title. Do any songs come to mind? Yeah, I know. I don't know if I feel like doing that song or not, just because of the theme of the song. But I do very quickly have to call someone on their lunch break. You can totally stay and answer that question that I asked as I browse songs here while I'm on the phone. I just, you know, want to quickly check in and see how things are going with G. Would you like to hear him on the phone? You haven't heard him speaking very much. It's nothing hugely private we're going to be saying. Is this about huge privates? Festival Snowman? I only know Chandelier. Isn't that, like I say, nothing about snow yet? Too early. Hi, how's it going?
So far, finally busy.
Oh, you're not on your break yet? Okay. Well, I mean, it's going all right here. I we don't know how the sales will go, but she picked some up. Didn't really stay very long. I think you knew that she almost forgot the mallets, but she got them. And then, huh? Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, podcasting. One of the regulars is there, so that's going fairly well. But I am feeling a little bit under the weather too. But yeah. Anyway, I look forward to when you get home, love. Okay, hopefully you get to eat something and get some fresh air soon. Okay, bye. He's very tired. It's very busy at work. I never asked, but how G and C are related. How do you think? And we're 21 minutes in. You're the only one that's here. Give my regards to Mr. G or Broadway or both. Um, how about I whisper it? And then if anybody sees this afterwards, if they hear it, they hear it. If they don't, they don't. Spouse. That was a loud whisper. Back to the Beach Boys, though. Back to the beach. You could say that too, but not really. Um, let's just say I'm not just looking at the California girls. Just kidding. Sorry, I hope you didn't mind me saying that. Um, they've also got a song called Disney Girls that I don't know. Wouldn't that be princesses? Um, he is the one I see. What do you mean by that? Don't worry, baby. Everything will be alright. I'm sorry? You thought what was someone else? By the way, were you saying earlier, and I'm still curious, confused a little bit by those latter two comments, if you could clarify. Were you saying earlier, did I see a big comment? Were you talking about like 3 lines? I know that they can only be so long in chat at a time, but I wouldn't necessarily call that long. So don't worry, you're good. You can go longer. I don't mind. um, Everybody Wants to Live. That's quite a title. Wonder how old that song is. I don't think they do music together anymore. Uh, some people don't. I'm on the fence myself sometimes, for sure, about that. SP. Oh, just those 2 letters? I don't remember that. That's weird. But the answer starts with that. Spock. Just kidding. Um, don't they give a certain vibe? We cool? Um, Sorry if my eyes are looking a little drifty as well. I'm also just, like I say, looking at these songs. You have mentioned. Oh, they have a version of Frosty the Snowman. I'll have to hear that when or when snow falls. Then I'll listen to snow themed songs. um, Getting hungry? Yeah, I kind of am. Who asked the Beach Boys? um, there's an interesting music video, a Dolly Parton music video, and I forget who she's singing with. I wanted to recreate it, like with like people in it, not just me. But so far that hasn't happened. Yeah, I've got the aches as almost as if I have COVID. I mean, I wasn't around my friend's daughter who came to pick something up very long at all. She had been at a concert recently and in a hotel, but otherwise, I mean, Outside? Oh, at that party. Maybe that's where. Are you there, on? I will do good vibration sometime. Maybe when he's playing one of the bowls, because it's not necessarily a fast and high energy song, but it's more than I feel capable of right now. Oh, yes, yes. And I think it just said, oh no, that was something different. Then I didn't see it. One momento, please. Also, just out of curiosity, did Anka, please listen, get back to me? I'm just going to scroll there for a quick momento. I don't know any Paul Anka songs, and it's not looking like it. No. Therefore, you rock and they don't. Just kidding. um, I wonder if I might know that. Okay, what am I looking for again? Right. I'll just take a look at it now. I might get back to you in writing, but you have me curious. And it does have a very unique, oh, really did that, did he? A very unique still to it. So let's see here. So yeah, I was talking about that earlier, that same cousin, and you have indeed seen it. Oh wow, it is big. Whoops, I accidentally hearted it, but I heard it anyway. Um, I'm just gonna take a couple moments just to look at this here because you are watching right now. So if there's anything that comes to mind, but I might not have reading eyes at the moment. I might have to drink a bit more coffee, even though it's past noon. Um, I must say that as we talked about this idea, your comment didn't really speak about the what was spoken about in the video, and I would love that. Um, you can make a video with things like how music was like, top singers, top songs, like back in my day. I mean, when I think like that, I think of kids' songs. Otherwise, I mean, it's more what is it like now, and I'm probably not as up to the current stuff as I think I am. Um, I mean, I've been pretty diverse with the music I've liked for most of my life, and I was musical from a young age, and I played it. And I don't perform out. I probably performed out more then, to be honest, but not a lot compared to some musical youngsters. um, hmm, huh. Um, some of it I'm not understanding, but just a moment here. Some of it I am. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and it's interesting. Rip Jenny speaking. There's that name again. It's in. Well, she hasn't actually passed away, but she's not really in my life either. Now that I'm older, but it's interesting. I might want to top up my water just a moment. But yeah, when I think about the songs I did with my music therapist when I was young, like I did everything, for the most, well, not everything, but I did Disney. I did a lot of like old songs. And we made nice music with each other. Even have a lot of it on cassette tapes, but you know what? You don't even know if you know what those are. Just kidding. But and we did do some Beach Boys, which was not tricky because I miss those days. But pictures of churches. I don't have to go very far, and kind of, sort of. School. I can go get one now. No, just kidding. Both, kind of, sort of. Operas that influenced my society. I don't know a lot about opera. I can sing it, and I know about opera a little bit, but okay. It's not that it was long. It's just in the moment, I think, that I'm a little not sure how to tackle that. And not being mean at all. Let me just go get my other water. You're like, wait, but you were about to hopefully not be mean to me. That is correct. You are right. No, the grammar. But I don't know. It might be a bit of a language barrier, but I haven't noticed that a lot with you. But I noticed it a little bit there. But I'll look at that comment again later and see what. I hate to say it, but I might disappoint you. um, with whoops, got moisture on my keypad here. Music theaters and plays. Now that might be a bit more my language. Um, those social play used to happen in schools. Oh, hmm, oh, hmm, oh, hmm. I mean, I was in a choir when I was young. I think just the one, and it was mostly around Christmas time. I've been in a couple of choirs. Theater. I did do some when I was young. Um, and um, I got the lotion right here. Just kidding. But yeah, a lot of the theater that I did though is not really like well known stuff. Like it was like small town productions, like a made up Christmas play. I played an alien pet in one thing where it's ironic because I still have that third eye, kind of, sort of. I had a third eye stuck to my forehead and some face paint, I believe. I was in Annie when I was young. Man, this stuff is watery too. Holy cannoli sauce. I was in Annie when I was young. If you're familiar with that movie and musical, the sun has come out today. I don't mind if there's a few clouds come the way. Give us shade. I could do some songs from Annie if you'd like. I played either, I want to say the cop, but I had a second role and I can't remember what it was. And then I was in one thing that was like a song from various musicals. True enough. And I got a cassette tape of that, but I haven't seen it in ages. I looked through my tapes back in not that long ago. Oh yes, I hope I do connect with Joanne and get that stuff from her. But the only ones I remember is there is a castle on a cloud. I like to go there in my sleep. No one can or talk too loud here on the castle on the cloud. This may not be with the theme of the video, but whatever. And then we did a Grease song. We did a Joseph song, if you've heard of either of those. There was also one from Annie, Get Your Gun. Um, and we go together like the birds of a feather, like shabada wada hibbity boom da boom, chang 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 da chang shabbat. And then like we have a theater festival every summer here, and we aren't the only place that does. But it's not all musicals though. Um, social plays used to happen. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of what I think about there. I guess in a way I have gotten to be a father actually, because in that Christmas one, I think I played the father. I played him well. Just kidding. That was a bad joke. I apologize. I recommend it because you guys own a music channel. So like there has to be some content about how you perceive music. From the 20s to the 40s. That's old, man. G would probably have a lot to say about it because he plays a lot of old classical songs and hymns and stuff. I don't know if I know that many from the 20s or the 40s. What would be considered the 40s? That's cool that you like old music. You know, I do feel like in some ways a lot of it sounds the same, but a lot of people would say that about today's music too. I don't know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing either. I knew somebody at one point in time. He had a bunch of health issues. I wouldn't be surprised if I see in a bit for him before long. Um, but they live far, kind of near the airport, and they we haven't been in a lot of kind of lost touch. But he was working on I guess you'd call it musical anthologies, if that's the word. Like it was a bunch of why does it feel like I hardly have any pillows behind me, even though I have a bunch of pillows behind me? It was like when things got to hit the charts or whatever, and they go back quite a while. And he was planning to publish them, but all I remember him having was these different binders compiled together. He was a bit of a tax man. He did help people with their taxes, but he was otherwise primarily, I think, disabled. Um, he had emphysema and a lung operation. But yeah, but I had a CYW that used to take me to performances, all the time. I don't know if it'd be wise to do things from Joseph right now, to be honest, if I'm thinking geographically correctly. But I wish I'd done more of it. But then I might miss it even more than I do now, I mean, and I don't know, like we have a dinner theater that closed here recently. Another one opened up pretty close to there, I think, but it's still very far away. We have another big kind of semi-outdoor stage, like a dome thing, if that's anything right, I don't know. Not to you, it isn't, because you've never been here. But, and I used to go to things with my grandparents and my mother all the time there. What was the last theater thing I saw was probably at the dinner theater, and it was a music night at the museum theme. Museums keep popping up lately. But as far as like concerts, because I was the person that was here earlier was at a concert for a country musician I'd never heard of. Like not talking open mics, but even that there hasn't been a lot of that I've been to. But I think the last one I saw may have been Elton John. I think, but I feel like that's not accurate. And then of course there's karaoke nights, and but the last theater show I saw, like well-known theater musical, like other than the festival, I don't know. It's been a while. What's your favorite musical? Not really on the topic of the parades and this and that, but I don't know if I have a favorite myself, but I think the last one I saw was Sound of Music, ironically. There's many. I mean, Niagara Falls, Ontario has one, at least one, I think. But oh yeah, there's definitely many. Uh, but it was based on the movie, which I don't think I saw actually. Night at the Museum, and it was just kind of different different performers, and and what's cool is you got a meal out of it too. Uh, and it wasn't an actual museum, but all I can remember is a Diana Ross one, Mick Jagger, and the others are escaping me. It was 2 or 3 years ago on my birthday, which is coming up in a little more than a month. Um, but like I say, we have to be able to arrange somebody to go with that's able to drive us there and back. Um, and yeah, it closed for whatever reason. But now speaking about Beach Boys again, you probably know, and yeah, that's how music evolved you and the people around you. Well, it's one of those universal things, right? I mean, it's music will make us feel, you know, very similar and very different things, with each song that we hear. And what's been the song that's always kind of stuck with you through most of your life? There's a question. But back on the original topic, and it could kind of feed in with your question, I would say parades, marching bands. Like I'm thinking the Christmas parade primarily, but I can't think of what other parade we had in my hometown, but I'm sure there was. Um, there's one that kind of stands out. Um, a festival, speaking of, that I did a song not long ago, and I almost think you were here when I was doing it. And it was the song that goes, just like Romeo and Juliet. I heard someone sing that when I was young, and for whatever reason, it stuck with me. But there was also these, I think there was 2 or 3 women and a guy dressed in a dress. So I guess my introduction to that, but it was the kind of stuff that wasn't talked about like it is today, and I think they got him, to just come up and volunteer or whatever. I don't know. And they gave him a spot backstage to change or whatever. So I guess, yeah, I mean, other than that, I really didn't see that kind of thing at a young age, but they were in these red and white striped outfits, and they sang the song Lollipop, Lollipop, oh my lolly, lolly, lollipop. That stuck with me. That kind of feels like it might be answering something you're asking, but also the title of this video. We have a second person there. I do want to welcome you, by the way. Curious if you've been to the channel before. If not, how you came across it. Hope you will like and subscribe. If you have a song request, feel free to put it. If you have a topic request, feel free to put it too. And yeah. Or an answer to the question in the title, which I don't think I fully got it in, so I put the rest of it in the first comment. There's been a few, but it's not that far to find it. I'm looking at Beach Boys songs at the moment, because I started doing that, so I might as well continue. What a weird title, this one. I don't even know if I want to read it because I don't know what it means. I can hear music. That's a nice title. And to the second person, you'll hear me do music if you stay a little longer. By the way, Taylor's new album's coming out the 3rd. Taylor Swift, who I learned recently was Cuban, and I was very surprised. Not only that, but that Cuban includes people that look more of an African background. It was at a cultural festival, and there was the reason why I say this is that, well, aside from some of the performers on the stage, I would have thought they looked more Latin, but maybe I'm bad at geography. I wouldn't say that's inaccurate. But they had some items for sale, and one of them was a Taylor Swift hoodie. And I was like, oh, she's Cuban? Either that or it was just there. It had nothing to do with her nationality. I mean, people have 2 parents who have 2 parents. So people are actually fairly culturally diverse. Yeah, I don't know much of her songs, but it's interesting that you mentioned that because that was one of the songs I remember was at that dinner theater performance. Always gonna be in one more mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you can't afford to choose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb. Um, get around, get around, get around, get around. Ooh. You know what? That's one thing I will say about the oldies. I don't know if they're as old as the 20s. I'm curious if either of you, and I know one of you is fairly young, but you sound like you like your old music. I don't know if you've heard me talking about Anne Murray on this channel recently, but basically, I have my mother and my step ran into her in an airport recently and talked with her for 20 minutes. And all they said, it still kind of annoys me, is, oh, well, all like I have step siblings, a half sibling, step siblings. Otherwise, I'm the one and only. And pretty much you just said, you just did hear what? Sorry. Pretty much she said that all of her kids are musical to some capacity. Not, and two of them, or at least, and some of them deserve to be making it more in the music industry. Anne, Anne, should be a familiar name to some people. Let's say it that way. But Aunt Mary, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. I hope that the other I think you've seen me do this stuff, but I'm almost tempted to. And the other person may be here for the first time. I hope that you will look at this with an open mind, but I'm very tempted to try and do something here because of Aunt Mary being mentioned, and try and summon her spirit. And ask her to bring some of her famous oat chocolate cookies. What would you guys think if I did try and do that? I might do it anyway, but no, just kidding. But it was interesting because I was just mentioning her son and her husband a little earlier, and kind of her. Yeah, I guess it is a weekday. True. Well, I'm really glad that you were here again and enjoyed yourself, and hopefully I covered the topic well. I'll see what else I might do. Watch out for that notification. Have a good night, a good sleep. Man, I could go for a sleep, but I don't usually have a nap for another few hours still, so probably not. But yeah, um, let me just finish looking through these songs. Maybe I'll do some of them with G tomorrow, though, so stay tuned for that. Because I do feel like you probably know more Beach Boys songs. I truly do. Huh, they have a song. Oh, now both of you left. I saw Santa rocking around the Christmas tree. Really curious to hear their Christmas songs. One that I always thought they did was Little Saint Nick, but I don't think it's the case. Huh. Oh, I think it was Avicii songs I wanted to learn more of. And I might do that. Avicii and the Beach Boys. Well, the other person did leave. Oh, but either somebody else is here or came back. So let's see here. Kind of want to does the person that's here know any Avicii or Beach Boy songs that you like? Or is there another song you'd like to hear? I know that there's kind of a theme to the type of music that I kind of put to this video, but we don't have to stick with the theme. I came to tell that I'm going to be at Maxie's for 5 to 6 minutes. Okay. And you're telling me this why? I mean, that's cool, but you're telling me this why? Good. Enjoy, Thanks for showing us both love. And yeah, I don't know why that email didn't go through. By the way, I don't. I'm not sure what was happening there. You said you had another one you could try sending me through. Maybe try that. But I mean, I replied to the one that you sent via, so I don't know. So lonely, waiting for the day. Oh, I've got to look up some of these songs. I relate to them. Oh, well, I thought you had already been leaving, but okay. Thanks for considering in doing so. I appreciate your openness and honesty in that regard. But yeah, tomorrow. One other thing, quickly though, if I may have alluded to it, but tomorrow, and I think you left, so whatever. But I bet you know that one, so we might start with that one tomorrow. A lot of kids act though. Like that's not saying anything specific if anybody is thinking it, but and if they're not, then and if they are, then they are. Anyway, I'm gonna. Oh, did they have a music video that I remember being quite um, deep? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch some stuff myself now. So gonna wrap this up. Um, but yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe. If you want to check out some of the other videos, but I'll probably be doing one tomorrow. Both of us, G and the C. And yeah, take care for now.